Luxury meets muscle. High-class beasts of the golden era. Not all muscle cars were bare-bones street machines. Some blended raw horsepower with luxury, comfort, and style, creating a new category of performance cars. Today, we'll explore three muscle cars that proved you could have both speed and sophistication. 1. 1970 Chrysler 300 Hurst. The 1970 Chrysler 300 Hurst was unlike any other muscle car of its era. It wasn't just about raw power. It was about blending muscle with full-sized luxury. This massive two-door coupe carried the 440 cubic-inch TNT V8 engine under its long hood. With 375 horsepower and mountain-moving torque, it could push the heavy Chrysler to impressive quarter-mile times. Despite its size, the Hurst could move like a true performance car. The car was a collaboration between Chrysler and Hurst, known for their performance shifters and racing parts. It came only in Spinnaker white, with a satin gold roof and accents, making it instantly recognizable. Inside, the 300 Hurst featured plush interiors, bucket seats, and plenty of luxury appointments. It was marketed as the gentleman's hot rod. Unlike stripped-down muscle cars like the Roadrunner, this Chrysler was built for speed and comfort. Collectors often call it one of the boldest luxury muscle cars ever made. Its styling was dramatic, with a fiberglass hood and trunk lid to reduce weight. The car looked massive, powerful, and elegant at the same time. It wasn't meant for teenagers drag racing on Friday nights. It was for executives who wanted to own the streets in style. Only around 500 units were built, making it extremely rare today. On the road, the Chrysler 300 Hurst had presence that few cars could match. It was intimidating, fast, and luxurious all at once. The handling wasn't sharp, but the straight-line performance was impressive for its weight. Drivers loved the combination of muscle and refinement. This was a car that could cruise the highway effortlessly, then roar at the drag strip. The 300 Hurst blurred the lines between muscle and personal luxury cars. It stood as a bold experiment in blending comfort and raw power. Today, it's a prized collector's item that represents a unique moment in automotive history. Few cars captured the idea of luxury muscle as perfectly as the Chrysler 300 Hurst. It remains a true symbol of power, dressed in elegance. This was Chrysler's way of showing that luxury could also break the rules. The 300 Hurst was proof that muscle cars didn't always have to be loud, rough, and bare bones. Sometimes they could be powerful and refined, and that's why this Chrysler still fascinates enthusiasts today. 2. 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix SJ 428. The 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix SJ was one of the most stylish luxury muscle cars of its time. Pontiac marketed it as a personal luxury performance car. It was larger than a GTO, but every bit as fierce. The SJ trim came with the powerful 428 cubic-inch V8 engine. This motor produced 390 horsepower, giving the big Grand Prix serious street credibility. Despite its weight, the Grand Prix could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 7 seconds. That was muscle car performance wrapped in a luxury body. The long hood and short deck design gave it a sleek, aggressive look. Inside, the Grand Prix offered wood grain trim, bucket seats, and advanced options. It was as comfortable as it was fast. Pontiac wanted buyers to see it as a step above the usual muscle crowd. And it worked. The Grand Prix quickly became a popular choice. The SJ version was the ultimate performance model. It featured sports suspension, performance gearing, and plenty of muscle attitude. On the streets, it had the presence of a luxury coupe, but the heart of a racer. It was perfect for drivers who wanted more than just speed. It was about style, image, and sophistication too. The Grand Prix had Pontiac's trademark split grille and sharp lines. It looked expensive, and it was, but that only added to its allure. While the GTO was Pontiac's rebel, the Grand Prix was its gentleman. It proved that a muscle car could have manners without losing edge. The SJ package gave drivers the ultimate blend of refinement and performance. The 428 engine roared like a true Pontiac V8, making it unforgettable. Collectors today value the Grand Prix SJ for its unique character. It wasn't as raw as a GTO, but that's what made it special. It carved its own identity in the golden age of muscle. The Grand Prix showed that Pontiac wasn't just about cheap thrills. It could deliver luxury, performance, and style in one package. This balance made it one of the most underrated cars of its time. Today, it stands as a true hidden gem of Pontiac history. The Grand Prix SJ was proof that muscle cars could grow up without slowing down. 3. 1971. Buick Riviera, GS Boattail. The 1971 Buick Riviera GS was one of the boldest luxury muscle cars ever made. Nicknamed the Boattail, its styling was unlike anything else on the road. It featured a long hood, sweeping curves, and a fastback rear window that made it unforgettable. Under the hood was Buick's mighty 455 cubic inch V8. In GS trim, this engine delivered 330 horsepower and huge amounts of torque. The Riviera was a heavyweight, but it could still move with authority. The GS package added performance gearing and heavy-duty suspension. This gave the big Riviera surprising agility for its size. The car was built for highway cruising at high speed, but when pushed, it could still hold its own in a straight line. The Riviera GS had luxury features everywhere. Power windows, plush seating, and advanced options were standard. It was meant to be as comfortable as a Cadillac, but much sportier. The boat-tail design split opinions when new. Some loved it, others thought it was too radical. But today, it's considered one of the most iconic designs of the 1970s. The Riviera GS was Buick's statement that performance and elegance could go hand in hand. It wasn't a drag strip monster like a GSX, but it had presence. Drivers enjoyed the smooth ride and effortless power. The 455 V8 gave it a deep, commanding roar. Few cars combined this much style and muscle. The Riviera was meant for executives who wanted a car that turned heads. It wasn't cheap, but it was worth every penny. The GS version added just enough muscle to satisfy enthusiasts. Today, the Boattail Riviera is a prized classic. Collectors admire its bold design and strong performance. It stands as one of Buick's most daring creations. Luxury muscle cars like the Riviera GS proved that comfort didn't mean compromise. It showed the world that Buick could be bold and powerful. The Riviera GS blended high-class style with muscle car attitude, and its legacy lives on as one of the most unique cars of the Golden Age. These three machines, the Chrysler 300 Hurst, Pontiac Grand Prix SJ, and Buick Riviera GS, showed that muscle cars could be more than just raw speed. They brought luxury, refinement, and bold styling into the muscle car wars. The Chrysler 300 Hurst proved that brute force could be wrapped in elegance. The Pontiac Grand Prix SJ showed that sophistication and performance could live in the same package. And the Buick Riviera GS proved that radical design and smooth power could make a statement like no other. They were bold, powerful, and unforgettable. Each represented a different take on the idea of luxury muscle. They stood apart from the Mustangs and Camaros by offering something unique. Even today, their influence is clear in modern performance luxury cars. These legends remind us that true muscle comes in many forms, sometimes dressed in pure class.